To get the best student results, an organization should be made up of high and middle performers who are constantly learning and are constantly supported by school leaders. Throughout a teaching career, there are many ups and downs. As a result, people move in and out of middle and high performer roles. One of the key responsibilities for school leaders is to recognize when this movement has occurred with one of their teachers, so that the leader can provide the support the teacher needs to help her constantly improve. Without appropriate and meaningful professional development and training, teachers struggle to move from low to middle and middle to high performer levels. And top performers become frustrated when they want to learn but have little support from school leaders. So, how exactly should low performers be dealt with? Let's take a look. To begin, let us dispel a popular myth right off the bat. We hear leaders in schools and teachers preparing to be leaders in our college classes say, "You can't fire a teacher, the union protects them." Not true. Unions expect school leaders to provide specific feedback and training to help teachers improve their performance. They also expect school leaders to document poor performance if it continues after a teacher has received proper guidance and training to help her improve her performance. But in our work with local unions and through reviewing student groups' work with healthcare unions, we have learned that they tend to not want to protect employees who choose to continue low-performer behaviors. When school leaders look in a low-performing teacher's file, they tend to see good to very good, or sometimes excellent evaluations. On a 5-point scale, we see low-performing teachers receiving mostly 4s and 5s. It's in these situations, when a low performer hasn't been properly evaluated by school leaders, that the union tends to protect him or her. Within any organization, school, business, or otherwise, low performance is never a contained problem. When low performers are not dealt with properly, high and middle performing teachers find it difficult to maintain or improve their own performance levels. They deserve better. School leaders must document performance and terminate low-performing teachers who fail to improve. School leaders have a responsibility to their students as well. Low-performing teachers can cause students to lose as much as 2 years of learning. School leaders must enumerate very specific expectations for their low-performing teachers, support them with additional training, continuously monitor their performance, and encourage them to shift from being a low-performing teacher to a middle-performing one. Tactics 5 through 14 guide school leaders through the type of training and support teachers need to move from low to middle and middle to high performer levels, and to keep high performers excelling. Low performers get their energy when they successfully do 2 things. First, in order to recruit more naysayers, they strive to pull middle performers down to low performer levels. Second, they force high performers out. What usually happens is high performers become frustrated with leaders not dealing with low performers and eventually choose to leave to find a better school environment. Or if leaving isn't an option, they give up on being the best teachers they can be and find other avenues outside of school through which they can be high performers. One of the few things low performers are good at is exactly that: low performance. In fact, they're masters at it. They have usually spent most of their professional lives underachieving. They are good at being low performers, and in many instances, they outlast leaders. One way to reduce the number of low performers at your school is not to hire more into the organization. We hear, "Sure, but I don't always have that option because I need a warm body in the classroom with kids." Low-performing warm bodies are the wrong bodies to have in classrooms with students. By allowing low performers to stay on board, schools are neglecting students, their parents, and teachers. For a look at the hiring practices that help schools hire middle to high-performing teachers, see Chapter 2.